Welcome to Daughters of India. In our last episode, Tiara spoke about Ritu Karidhar, India's rocket woman. This Sunday, I will talk about Anna Chandy, the first female High Court judge of India. There is a distinct lack of women in crucial positions, a problem that still persists to this day. So one can imagine the condition in the 20th century when every profession was largely male dominated. Going toe to toe and mingling with men could create an upheaval for the Indian culture according to the conservative society, a notion that hindered women from pursuing higher education and limited women from to the confines of their homes. But there were women who refused to bow down to the patriarchy and raised questions against the violation of the fundamental rights of women. By demanding what was rightfully theirs, these women defied conventions and realized their dreams. One such trailblazer was Anna Chandy. Anna Chandy was India's first female judge and the first woman in the country to become a High Court judge. It is also contested that she might be the second woman in the world to become a High Court judge after USA's Florence Allen, who was appointed as a judge in 1922. Born in 1905, Anna grew up in Trivandrum, Kerala. She was benefited by the matriarchy that was recognized and followed by many communities in Kerala. Braving through societies and her male colleagues' scornful attitude, Anna became the first woman in Kerala to obtain a law degree. She completed her post-graduation in 1926 with a distinction from the Government Law College in Trivandrum. She started practicing as a barrister in 1929 and specialized in criminal law, earning widespread acclaim for fighting criminal cases. Besides crusading for justice, Anna worked towards the upliftment of women as well. In 1930, she became the founder and editor of Shrimati, a Malayali magazine that served as a platform for the advancement of women's rights. When legislators spoke out against giving government jobs to women, Anna gave a befitting reply to this regressive stand in her speech. From the elaborate petition, it is clear that the plaintiffs' immediate demand is to ban all efforts by women to gain employment on the grounds that they are a bunch of creatures created for the domestic pleasures of men and that their lives outside hallowed kitchen temples will harm familial happiness. It was due to her unrelenting fight for reservation for women in government jobs that led to the abolition of the statute that prevented women from working in government jobs. With that, she became one of the first women in the country to fight for women reservation. Anna was a firm believer of equality between men and women. Anna was a torchbearer for advocating for women's agency to choose for themselves and advanced women's rights to a considerable extent. Anna became the first female judge of the country when she was appointed as the Munsif judge in Travancore by Sir C.P. Ramaswamy Iyer, the Diwan of Travancore in 1937. This revolutionary move put a spotlight on her as her peers waited for her to make a mistake so they can pin it on a woman's inability to make logical, unbiased decisions. Chandy understood the gravity of the position she held, and with all eyes on her, she admitted to feeling the weight of potential future women lawyers on her shoulders. In a speech, she recounted what was going through her mind. I must admit, I was not free from trepidation when I first stepped up to the bench. However, what was foremost in my mind was a fierce determination to make a success of this experiment. I knew I was a test case. If I faltered or failed, I would not just be damaging my own career, but also be doing a great disservice to the cause of women. Later on, she was promoted to the position of district judge in 1948. Setting yet another historical precedent, Anna had become the first female judge in an Indian High Court when she was appointed to the Kerala High Court on 9th February 1959. Not only India's first female judge, but Anna Chandy also became the first woman amongst the Commonwealth nations to become a High Court judge. She held her position until 5th April 1967 and proceeded to work in the Law Commission of India after retirement. Her autobiography, titled Atmakatha, was published in 1973 and she died at the age of 91 in 1996. Anna Chandy's illustrious career raised hopes for the inclusion of women in professional spaces. She raised her voice against the status quo and paved the way for the women after her, inspiring them to be lawyers and judges. Her consequential contribution proved to be a stepping stone for the involvement of women after her in the judiciary. Who inspires you? Send me the names of inspirational people around you. Thank you.